Hello, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And we want to just welcome you. It's First Monday. I'm here with my friend and colleague, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we are the Biz Chicks. Right now, I am in the process of silencing my phone just in case, because I don't want you to be disturbed while you are tuning in today. We want to say hi to everyone in Clubhouse and those of you who are watching on the live and the replay. We wish you well, and we hope you'll stay for this conversation because it's really a winner. So without further ado, we're going to get started here. We say welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing this morning, Fran?
I am doing really, really well. I want to say hey to TK over on Clubhouse. And actually, First Monday was last week, but what we did was an encore presentation. So if you were ever there, go, you can go back and get it. It was a really good conversation. And so today, we're going to be talking about overcoming procrastination now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not in a couple of months or a couple of days. We're going to start overcoming procrastination now. And this comes as a result of a book that I have been reading by Mel Robbins. And the book is called The 5-Second Rule. And when I say reading, I mean listening. I listen to books. I love the audiobook situation. That means I can take a walk and listen to a book. I can listen to a book and do other things, and so that it works for me. And whatever your style is, you got to find your style. Terry likes to sit with a book and underline and highlight and draw
the little stickies on the pages.
Yeah. So we all have our own way of consuming information. And for me, the audiobook was the thing. So in a short synopsis, I sent the book to our mastermind group with Biz Chicks. I'm going to post it in the Biz Chicks community, a link to the book. And it talked about not just being motivated. Mel Robbins in the book, and I'm not going off of point A, B, C, or D. I'm just gonna jump in. The thing that stuck out to me was a lot of programs and coaching and everything talks to you about being motivated. And the motivation, and come on, and we're motivating you. Well, motivation doesn't work without some action. And what we tend to do, and why one of the chapters dealt with procrastination, a lot of times we get stuck because we are motivated, and our thinking gets in the way. Okay, so I have a story. I like to swim. And so I'm young at this time, and I'm getting up on the high dive at the pool, where you get to dive into the 10 foot of water. And so I climbed up the ladder, and I'm not sure if I looked down or whatever, but I climbed up the ladder, and I'm like, ooh, I thought this was a good idea when I climbed up the ladder, but my mind began to think about things instead of when you're a kid, you just normally just, hey, and you're just going to run and jump, and your mind doesn't click in and think about things. Well, I began to think about how high up I was and whatever, and I stopped. Got to the top, and I stopped. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, Fran, you cannot, okay, I can't climb back down because there's a line of people who want to get up the ladder behind me. So I have to go. So I just ran off the end and jumped into the water because I had to do it.
Uh-huh.
There was no, okay, I need to turn around and go back down and refocus this. No, I have to go. And that's what Mel Robbins was talking about in the book. She had this situation where it was difficult for her to get up. She had a lot of stress going on in her life, and you all should really read the book. She had a lot of stress going on in her life where she would just hit the
Mhm.
snooze button. The alarm
Yes.
goes off and she'd hit the snooze button. And by the time she did get up, the kids weren't off to school, they weren't dressed for school. The whole morning was shot because she kept hitting the snooze button in the morning. And so she goes on to say that what ended up happening was, one, she was watching, there was a television, the television was on, and she saw a rocket launch. I don't know if it was a commercial or something, but the rocket launch took off, and they said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have liftoff
Yes.
or launch. And so at that point she was like, oh, it dawned on her, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up.
Blast off. Yeah.
Last stop, get up out of the bed, let's go. And that became what is now known as the 5 second rule, where when you are uh, challenged with moving forward on something that you want to do, you
Mhm.
need to do, because I had the I feel like it's, well, I don't feel like doing that today.
Exactly.
I was like,
Oh
oh,
my gosh.
this is going to end a lot of crap not happening in my life. Why?
Mm.
Because if I waited till I feel like it wasn't going to get done. And
Absolutely.
in our feelings, we don't feel like doing things.
Hmm.
I don't feel like doing taxes. I don't, we talk about the vegetable part of the business. I don't feel like doing a lot of things. But the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule will get you out of the feeling, because your feelings will talk you out of
Mm.
doing what you know you need to do. You know, we
Yes.
need to call the customers. You know, we need to put the book into the package and mail it off. And we need to, or you need to do your social media posts for the day. You know, you
Mhm.
need to work on your book. You know, you need to do something for you. You know, you need to get it done, but you talk yourself out of it. But when you do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it does something where you okay, go, and you
Okay.
move on the thing that you wanted to do and not procrastinate and and think about it.
Now this makes me think about when a runner is in the blocks, like
Yes.
um, when you're running a official race and they have the blocks for the runners. When the gun fires, you've got to go.
It- you-
It's time to go. You
right.
know,
On your mark.
get
Get
set,
set,
go.
go.
And if you don't move when the gun goes off, you're probably not going to be in the qualifying top three or whatever you need to do to go on to the next level. We've got some comments over here from Mark.
Hmm.
I love Mark. Good morning, Mark.
Mark. Mark says what many fail to understand is that that it is not as much about the thing you're putting off as much as you betraying yourself. You
Mm.
lose power when you allow circumstances to choose for you rather than making a conscious choice.
He goes on to say there is a difference between I really need to clean the kitchen and not doing it, losing power. And I need to clean the kitchen, but I'm not going to do it today, or I'm going to do it next Tuesday.
Right. So you now have power. But with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 situation,
Mhm.
you are going to not remunerate on, okay, let me see when I want to clean the kitchen or how do I want to do. You're just going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go in there, start rinsing off the dishes, put them in the dishwasher, and just go, not even having a conversation in your mind, because your mind and your feelings will
Will
talk
talk
you
you
out
out
of.
of it, won't they? Yes, they will. Because your mind, your will, and your emotions have, their own thing going on. You
and,
know,
and you will walk yourself out of something, like getting up and getting
Mm.
out to for your walk, your morning walks.
Say that. Say that. And I have found that when I just get up and do it, I have been able to walk twice as far.
Right. And the thing is, it's getting up and
Hmm.
go. It's not getting up, well, I don't have the right color leggings. Oh, wait. Let me test the temperature. I
Hmm.
it's, temperature, because it gets pretty cool in here in Sacramento in the mornings. Um, in the winter time, in the
Hmm.
fall and the winter, it's kind of crisp and cold. So you know what? Wear my gym shoes and my leggings. Now I got leggings that now have fleece on the inside.
Oh,
I had
okay.
to go, so that there is no excuse. Put the leggings out, and then when you wake up, go. Just
Oh,
go.
preset.
Yes,
Hmm.
preset. And I hadn't been using the 5 4 3 2 1, but I knew that when I got up, put on the shoe, don't think about how cold it is outside, don't check the temperature. You know it's going to be a little cool, so you just put on the fleece, you put on your sometimes I doubled up on my hoodie,
Hmm.
put two of them on, and go. Just get out and go, instead of thinking about, oh, well, they said that the weather is going to be blah, 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 blah. And it's something in there, scripture that says, if you wait for all
All
conditions
things to be perfect.
favorable and perfect,
Mhm.
you will not do it.
That's what it says.
So, Nike has their slogan of just do it. And that's
Hmm.
fine. And it's a very good mantra. But how about just do it now?
Oh, I like it.
Put the now on the end. Mark says, come to Chicago in February. I will recondition you and your ideas about cold. Yeah.
That's true. But we fortunately we're in California, Mark.
School was 30, it wasn't below 30 like some of y'all get. It was like
They
30
get
and
some
20.
outrageous cold. Yeah.
Yeah, so we, 28 degrees or whatever, and I'll still go out. Uh,
And wind.
oh
Chicago
yes,
is
they got
known for
windshield
wind.
factor. It was like, okay. So you really do have to bundle up. But
Hmm.
the whole reason for this conversation is to push us past procrastination.
Hmm.
Many of us want to do our YouTube channels, or we want to do better on our social media. And sometimes, the thing is, oh, I have to have my makeup perfect. Oh, I have to do this, or I have to do, okay, 5 4 3 2 1, go. And do not hesitate. And I
Hmm.
think the whole thing that I got from this book is not talking myself out of doing something I needed to do when I needed to do it.
Hmm.
uh, it- it's really, really easy to do that. Hey, Donna, say, how are you? TK or Dryer Buzz, you guys got anything y'all want to add to the conversation from the clubhouse?
Do you think five,
Hold on,
four,
TK.
three, two, one is helpful?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, TK.
Good morning, everyone. I
Hey.
agree with you talking yourself out of things when you know you have set in your mind what you need to do. I work from home. I have a gazelle right here out near my desk. I put it out. So on my breaks, I can do the gazelle for 15 minutes.
Mm.
And just 10 minutes ago, I was like, oh, well, let me finish this build and then I'll get on there, get on the gazelle. So sometimes we do talk ourselves out of it. And I am very thankful for this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
TK.
Donna says, I can relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we it's in the book she talks about there are many people who are healthy and fit and trim, and they don't, we think they just love going and working out, and they just, that's just their thing. They're like, no, she said, no, they don't like working out. They just get up and go, and not let the brain and the feeling, or not the brain, let the mind and the feelings tell them what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes your body has to lead. You have to start doing something before you will start feeling it. Do you understand? Um,
Yes.
what is that that we learned with the boss, the movement? In
Oh,
order to
to feel
feel
enthusiastic, you have to
enthusiastic, you have to
act
act
enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
If if you act enthusiastic, pretty soon you'll feel enthusiastic. Or if you start smiling, then you'll feel a little happier. I was like, oh, so sometimes the body is going to need to lead the way.
Mm-hmm. Mark says, never allow perfect to be the enemy of good. That's good. That's a good one. Yes. He says, I also find it a very effective practice to do the thing on,
On your to-do list
oh,
that you dread the most first.
eat the frog first. Okay. The completion of it will give you a burst of energy. Thank God that is done. That will propel you forward.
Right.
Hmm.
And you know how we put things on our to-do list, and
And then
we
we put the
start,
to-do list in the drawer. No.
we have a to-do list. There are things that we wanted to do in life, or things
Mhm.
that we just wanted to do in the morning, and maybe change our morning routine. And
Hmm.
we keep talking ourselves out of it. Oh, when I get those shoes. Oh, when I get the house straightened up, then
Mhm.
I can be more productive in my office. But then we never, and there's this whole cycle of stuff happening when we just need 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and start on something. Remember, we read from Terry Savelle Foy about spending 20 minutes in a
Oh,
room to
yes.
get your room the way you want to get it, and just spending 20 minutes in there decluttering some part of it, like maybe the kitchen drawer or whatever. Just 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Sometimes we'll just walk by and keep tossing stuff on the table, and just not make the time or the availability to carry it out.
Wow. It's just so easy to procrastinate, to put things off. And maybe because we think the project is so big. But if we just say, look, I'm just going to get started. I'm just
Donna
going
said,
to do a countdown and get it done.
right, hit the countdown and go. Donna says, too often, too much to do, being pulled in many directions, then
Mhm.
psych yourself out and don't get it done. And, we talked about it. We talked about it before. There is the to-do list and the
Mhm.
not to-do list.
Mhm. Mhm.
So maybe some things that you're doing needs to be on the not to do list, because it wasn't something that you picked up that you should have been picking up anyway. Mark says, I find it effective to procrastinate on completing the to do list. That way, I never know what I'm not doing. So, in our conversation, go ahead. Somebody was going to say something over here.
This is TK. I just that list, yeah. I have one right here this morning, and what I did was start making phone calls like I put on my list to do, crossing it out. But I wanted to go back to the perfection part.
Mhm.
Things need to be perfect in order for it to go out. For me, I know I tend to be in my head about that a lot. It's like, oh my gosh, I need to make sure my makeup is done. I need to make sure this is done. Let me make sure the papers is, shuffled right when I'm doing a live or anything that I'm doing. That holds me back. So, as you said, just jump out and do it, and then you don't have to worry about the if, ands, and buts about it. I yield the mic.
Thank you. And some of that means that you set all that stuff up. So I know that I need to be on this broadcast a couple of times, 3 or 4 times a week. Right. So what does that mean? That means I know I need to have makeup and stuff on. So now my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is that the makeup is where I need it to be. So put it on. I'm going to need it on anyway. So I don't feel like wearing makeup, whatever you can do. What was the lady's name? Fire lady. I can't think of her name. Alicia Keys. I can do Alicia Keys and go no makeup, but the show must go on, right?
Okay.
I learned something from one of the other ladies that I know. Look, if you're going out and the hair is not done, hat, glasses,
sunglasses,
and some lip gloss. Let's go.
And lipstick, yes.
There's no reason not to pull the trigger. I was listening in Movement Makers. They're talking about when you feel it, talking about on your film, like when something inspires you and you need to talk about it, whether it's on your Instagram, whether it's on YouTube or whatever. When you feel it, film it. You got a phone in your hand. Stop waiting and I got to get the lights and wait. I don't have the script and I don't have pull the phone out and talk about it. We want you to be authentic anyway, right? Just talk about that thing and not wait till all conditions to be perfect before you go. And that's what we're talking about today. Overcoming procrastination now is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And not waiting for everything to be
perfect.
And Mark has some more. Okay. Mark says the key to the to-do list is once you have your list and have prioritized them, complete number 1 before you move to number 2, complete number 2 before you go to 3. Do your best not to allow yourself to do some of this and a little of that. It will leave you feeling overwhelmed, defeated, and with nothing fully completed.
That makes sense because you don't feel like you've made any progress because the things are still on the list because they're incomplete. Right. Even though you had all this effort expended because you did a little on everything. Well, Jill has a comment too. She says we have to create a routine where we stay ready in advance of when the inspiration strikes.
Yes. What did somebody say? I heard somebody say when you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yes, that's true.
So, this is part of you. If you do lives and Instagrams and that so you're on camera everywhere. We got traffic cameras. There's cameras in the grocery stores. You are everywhere you are filmed. So just wake up. You're already beautiful when you wake up. If you want to enhance it a little bit, just do what you need to do and hit the door. And then Jill says, yes, that perfectionism holds me back from too many things. Some are judged for their imperfections, but those who don't worry about imperfections accomplish and are benefit to so much more. Yes. You get a lot more done when you just go and when you just do it now. Just do it now. Get up, get it done now. There's some things you all have been wanting to do and it hasn't happened yet. It can happen today. Like I'm a 4-3-5-4-3-2-1 call TK about some stuff I need to have happen for my real estate practice, instead of me keep trying to fit everything in and me keep trying to do it on my own. And I'm like, oh, I can call TK, your VA. I can call her to have her do this particular task that I cannot get to, that I seem to not be able to get to because I'm doing so many other things.
Yes.
But I did not count it down. And so, I need to make the phone call. How many times you need to call a family member that you need to check on? Thought came to you to call Aunt Bessie or somebody. And if you sit around, you'll talk yourself out of it when you can 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pick up the phone, call Aunt Bessie.
There you go. Jill says it can happen today. Yes, it can.
Yeah, the things we have been putting off and procrastinating about, I'm going to challenge you. Find one thing that you have been putting off and dreading doing for whatever the reason was. What's your one thing that you're just going to go do it today? After we close this program, what's the one thing that you will do today? So either you can tell us in the clubhouse or you can put it in the chat. What's the one thing that you will do today? My one thing is I'm going to get a book out to a buyer that I need to mail out to a buyer today. That's my one.
My one thing is I'm going to listen to the 5-second rule.
Okay. So anybody else? What is the one thing that you're going to get done today? And I got some people over here. TK. Oh, TK put in there Proverbs 6:4. Don't put it off. Do it now.
Mm-hmm.
TK said, don't rest until you do.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm looking for commitments, people. There's something that you all need to be doing, that there's one thing that you need to do that needs to get done. Okay, so Virginia Davis says, edit 10 pages of her book. All right.
All right, Virginia.
And TK says she's going to read the 5-second rule. Nicely done. Go ahead, Donna. Did you want to comment?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I hit the right button. I'm not really doing it. But I'm glad I snuck out for a minute. So definitely I have several goals, but one I definitely going to do is clear out the living room. I have company coming for like a month, and we did the garage yesterday. Got to get the living room stuff done to go walk in. But what I was going to say is, you want to strive for perfection or to do things in excellence, but often I think your anxiety, at least for me, I'll speak for myself. I use not getting anything perfect sometimes because of my anxiety. It's a way of feeding it. And instead of just tackling it and facing it and getting it done, I nitpick all the little things. It's like with writing, you get writer's block. Just throw it on paper and fix it later. Just get it out. So, tag team, call a friend, someone help you out and fix it later, but at least get it out.
Right. Very well done. And she talks about that in the book, how the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method helped her over her anxiety, helped her through worries, and helped her with her fear of flying. So, yeah, you can get some things done. Let's see. I came out to, yes. So Dennis, say thank you for your comment there. And for everybody on the call here, Dr. Tachi. Hello, how are you? We're talking about the 5-second rule, the book, and then also overcoming procrastination now. What do we need to do now what things have we been procrastinating on that you're going to do today or now, right now, and not let your mind and your feelings talk you out of it?
That's a good question. I have to think.
So this is our conversation for today. What have we been holding back, or stuff we need to do, and we just I can do that later, or I need to be in the moment. I need to feel like it. I need to feel motivated. Here
Mhm.
was one of the things she said in the book. You may never feel motivated to do
Wow, that's so true.
it. You can't wait to feel motivated. It just needs to get done.
Mm.
And we don't yeah, when you're feeding the kids need to be fed for what have you, but you can't wait till you're motivated to feed the family.
Okay, that's real. Well, Mark has a comment. He says, if you're like me and suffer from the illusion of perfectionism, you must continue to remember that you and everything that you do is not precious.
Precious.
It's not precious. The earth will still spin on its axis in the midst of you're in your mind going flaw. What do you say? What flaws? Glaring
With
flaws.
flaws,
So
yes.
regardless of what we consider our glaring flaws, the earth will continue. Nothing's going to spin out of control, um, and nothing is based on our being perfect. I get it, Mark. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Because sometimes we think, that we are so essential to everything and the center of everything that if we don't do it, it won't get done or won't get done right. I think this is how a lot of people end up with things on their plate. Oh, I could have so and so do it, but that it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be just right, and so they end up putting that on their plate. And then but I need 2 spoonfuls of mayonnaise in that potato salad versus one, and she only puts one in, so I can't ask for help as opposed to just asking them to put an extra
Yeah,
spoon of
mayonnaise in
mayonnaise in
there.
there or bring it and you put something in there when it gets there. I don't know, but we all have reasons why we end up with more on our plate than we should, which often results in more procrastination because the list looks so long.
Right. And again, we are covering overcoming procrastination now. Yes, it can be done. We just need to do it now. And
Mhm.
instead of enumerating, is that the word? Thinking about it over and
Mhm.
over, all of the little things that get in the way. It's
Mhm.
the thoughts. When don't give yourself time to think, just act. We have thought. We have planned and planned and planned. Ready, aim, 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 aim. Fire. Let's just go. How
Mhm.
many
Let's
know
launch out. Let's launch out into the deep.
Mark got jokes? I'll overcome procrastination tomorrow. We got stuff we've got on our wall. We've got vision boards. We've got stuff everywhere. And some of the things, I would say some of the more difficult things, we keep putting them off and
Mhm.
waiting. Oh, I don't know. What are they going to think of me? Or I don't have the, oh, wait, Dr. Tachi can speak to this. I don't have the right equipment to go live. I don't have the right lighting. I don't
Mhm.
have it. Okay. The iPhone, the Android phone, these phones have made it easy for you to pull out the phone and do your live. It doesn't have to be perfect. You have the sun. The sun is great lighting, and you have help if you need something done. There are people to help you get things done. So, and again, what was it? I think it was you that said waiting for somebody, or waiting, not asking somebody for help because you know
You got it. They can't do it the way you do it. It's just not going to get done right. We're so you know what I'm saying?
right.
That we end up putting that on our plate and this on our plate. And because we got a certain way we want it done, when in fact
Just
the world's
delegate
not going to stop spinning, as Mark says, because it's the wrong shade of yellow. I don't know.
just delegate now. Give that over to a VA. Well, I just don't know. In the meantime, the work is piling up past your ears, and
Mhm.
but just pass that on to somebody who can do it better and more efficiently than you, and
Learn to
you're holding
trust
on to it.
somebody.
Oh, trust somebody.
Mhm.
Or trust the process. You can go back and correct and communicate and ask it to be done a different way. And
Exactly.
the world is not going to end because they put too much postage on the package. So that's our conversation for today. Overcoming procrastination now. And what is the thing we asked everyone on here? What is the thing that you are going to do now that you've been putting off? Could it be a phone call to a colleague? Could it be a phone call to a company that you wanted to collaborate with? It could be just about anything. What have you been putting off that you can do today?
Well, for one thing, if you've been putting off joining Biz Chicks, we would love for you to contact us over there on bizchicks.net, or you can join us by texting Biz to 33777 and becoming a part of our Heartbeat community. We would love to have you there, and so that we can share your genius with others, and
Mm-hmm.
so that we can find out how we can support you and help you run a profitable business that's fun
Mm-hmm.
to run. Don't put it off.
Don't put it off. And the reason why you won't want to put it off is that we are doing a text marketing workshop coming up July 21st. It will be at 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're going to have the gentleman come in and talk to us about text retailing, where
Mm.
someone can purchase your product or service right from a text that you sent them. They can click it, pay for it, and there's no gap between the time they purchase and the time no gap between the time that they read the text, purchase your item. They don't have to go out to another site. They don't have to be distracted by anything. They can stay within your world and avail themselves to your products and services. So we're going to have that workshop coming up on July 21st, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you will get notification of that when you join our BizChicks community. And we'll send you, just reach out and we'll send that to you. Good morning, Maureen. Um, and Jill says some of Kanye's shoes look crazy, yet it ends up becoming a trend, resulting in his posted that last message on accident. Okay, no problem. So that is our conversation for this morning. Thank you for being a part of it. Appreciate everyone live on the replay in the clubhouse. Take action on something today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. We will talk to you tomorrow when TJ comes on and talks to us about digital marketing and social media planning. Have a wonderful day. And Terry? Okay.
All right. I hadn't muted myself. We want to remind you that we're here for you. We'd love for you to be a part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you here at Biz Chicks. Remember, it's okay to be successful in your business and go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. Bye bye.